So welcome to a second part of learning PHP. So in this video we're going to resume from where I stopped at from, and remember we are following W3 School's website syllabus. We are following W3 School's syllabus. So I'll open W3 Schools on the side of PHP. So it will be W3 Schools stroke PHP. In the previous class we stopped at constants of PHP. Okay. So I'll come here to constants, so I'll scroll down and come to constants. We stopped here, PHP constants. So we shall come to operators of PHP. So begin by defining operators. Operators are used to perform different operations. We have arithmetic operators, we have assignment operators, comparison operators, increment operators, logic operators, string operators, array operators, and condition operators. So today we're going to look at some of them. So these are arithmetic operators. We use them to perform arithmetic expressions such as adding two numbers, subtracting numbers, multiplication, and the division is the forward slash, and the percentage for remainder, and then the star is for what? For exponent. So let us try to practice these operators. So I'll come and copy this, and I'll start my XAMPP. Already it is started here. So I just simply click on start. I've already started it. So I'll go to where my project is. I saved my project here in htdocs in the folder of learn PHP. This is where my project is. So I'm going to open it in my text editor, which is Sublime Text. As you can see, I've already opened it in my text editor, Sublime Text, and all my project files are here. You can see them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another file, and I'm going to call this file operators.php. So to do that, I'll simply press Ctrl-N and then save as Ctrl-S, and I'm going to save this file as operators.php. I'm going to zoom that you can see things clearly, and I'll begin my PHP here, the PHP tags. So we're going to learn how to perform addition. To perform addition, just simple. Of course, we first create two variables. You can first create two variables. I can say A is equal to 20, and I say B is equal to, let me zoom out that you can see, and I say B is equal to 30. So if I want to add these two and store them in C, I'll simply say C is equal to A plus, so this is an arithmetic operator, plus what? Plus B. So by doing these two, I'll get the what? The answer. So if I want to export them, remember, let me first get this name of this file, which is I forgot to rename these files. I want to be renumbering them so that you should be able to know the steps that we are taking. So this one is file number 6 underscore learn php. So I've renamed it. So if I rename them, it will be simple for you to follow along when you download this code. So this is file number 6. So this we have made A and store there 20. I made B and store there 30. So I'm getting C, and I'm going to add there A and B and then store them in C. So let us run this code and see what's going to be the output. So I'll come to my browser, which is here. So I'll go to localhost stroke learn PHP stroke PHP operators. So by doing like this, I'll not see anything on my screen. Why? Because I did not output anything. So if I want to output anything, so of course we have to use what? We have to use echo. So I want to output like the value of this plus the value of this is equal to the value of this. To do that, I can simply say echo and say A, and then remember I have to present this plus not as operation but as a string, or as an expression. So I'll put dot. Remember, dot is used for concatenating. We use dot to join two letters. Okay, so this will be substituted as the value of A, and I put these double quotes, and then I put plus. So this one is going to mean that they are going to be added together, and I put another dot, and then I put what? A B. So if I put another dot, and then I put equal sign, and then I put the dot, and then I put what? I put C. So what does it mean? It means that this $sign of A will be substituted by the value of A, and this $sign of B will be substituted by this of B. The reason why I'm putting these double quotes and the plus inside is because I don't want this one to be taken as a string. I don't want it to be substituted as it's supposed to work. Here I do not put inside the double quotes because I want it to operate. Here I just want to print it. I want to display it. So the use of a dot is to join different operations. You know that. And this one I say is equal to this one. So by doing this, I'll be able to do what? To present my operation. So if I come and refresh, you'll see I've got 20 plus 30 is equal to 50. So if I come and change this one to 2 and change this one maybe to 7 to 9, so it's going to be 2 plus 90 is equal to 92. So that's how we perform different operations. So I can try other operators such as multiplication, where we use a star and use the percentage to get the remainder. For example, if we want to get the remainder of 20 by 5, I can simply say 20. I can simply put here, for example, 20, and then I put here 5. Of course, the remainder will be 0. So the modulus to get a modulus, we put percentage. So if I put percentage sign, it means that it's going to get the B modulus A. So of course, B modulus A, the answer will be 0, because if you divide 20 divided by what? By 5, the answer will be 1, remainder 0. So I'm going to put here B and here put A, and then the value will be stored in C. Then I have to change this one to what? To maybe mod. Okay, so if I come and refresh, it's going to be 20 modulus 5. Of course, the answer is 0. So how did you manage to perform the modulus? By putting percentage. So if I change this one modulus 3, so 20 modulus 3, it will be what? It will be 6 modulus 2. I mean remainder 2. So the remainder is going to be 2. So of course, 20 divided by 3, the remainder is what? Is 2. So that's how we find the remainders in PHP using the what? The percentage operator. So you can come and play with these other operators, such as that of exponent, like finding the square of 9, the square of any number. We use double asterisk, or we use double stars to guide the square of a certain number. So you can come and play with these others. And to find this code, I will put it, the code that I'm writing, I'll put in the description, in a link that I'll put in the description, so that you can be able to download it and follow along. So we shall proceed to other operators. These are called assignment operators. Assignment operators, we use them to do what? To assign values to a certain variable, or to change a certain variable. So among the assignment operators, we have the equal sign. Of course, this equal sign, we use it to change a certain value. This one will change the value of this one, the one on the left. So this one assignment, this one will add. So have other. So the value of this one same as this one. So we have another assignment operator such as plus equals. So this plus equals, what it will do, it will get the value that you're referencing to and add the number that you're pointing at. So if I do like this, if I do, for example, let me comment this so that we should do something else. So if I do like if I have these two values, as you can see, A and B, let me put them here. Assume that you have these two values, A and B. A is 20 and A is 30, A is 3 and B is 20. So there's another way how I can perform this operation, and this one we can use this assignment way, assignment operator, to perform an operation like this one. So if I want to add B on A and store the value in A, for example, if I want to do something like this, if I want to do like say B A, if I want to do something like A is equal to the A itself plus what? Plus B. So what am I trying to write here? I'm saying that the value of A, which is 3, you should add there 20. So the answer should be stored in in A. So of course, if we echo here, if we print the value of A, so our answer is going to be 23, because the two. Okay, let me just put here, let me concatenate here A, and I show you the value of A, and let me put here a new line sign, so it will be BR, and we have to put it inside the what? Inside the double quotes, because it is HTML. So I'm going to duplicate here and put another BR, and then put here B, and then put here B, and then also put here B. So what's going to happen? I'm adding A plus I'm adding A and B, and then here I'm going to see, after performing this operation, what's going to be the output. But what you should expect is that this should be added and then stored here, and the B will not change. So let us go and see what we are meaning. So if I come and refresh, you can see A has changed, but B did not change. And what made A to change is because we said that A is equal to the sum of these two. So B, we did not assign it. That's why you see the A changed, but B did not what? Did not change. And it will first perform this operation. After adding, then it will update this one. So it was 3 plus 5 plus 20. And then when it got the answer as 23, it was stored in what? In A. And that's why you see A, it was updated as 23, and B was not updated because we did not point at it. You can see. So performing such operation, we can as well do it like this. So if you don't want to do like that, I can as well comment this. You know, commenting will do like that. So if I want to do the same thing, I can as well do it as plus. So because here it is kind of repetition, okay, so I can just say plus equal to $B, okay, $B. So it means that it's going to get A and add B and then update the A. So other than repeating ourselves here. So that's also another way of assigning an operation, by just simply say plus equal to the other number. So what it will do, it will get the value of itself and add the other number and then update to itself. So if I come and refresh, you'll see nothing will change because it performs the same. So you can come here at W3 schools and see it is exactly what we did. So the same applies to subtraction, division, and multiplication. Smart, did you understand? Did you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So we proceed if you understood. In case you don't understand anything, just feel free to do what? To say, and then I'll be able to help you. So we have comparison operators. So comparison operators, we use them to do what? To compare different numbers. Okay, like if we want to check if A and B is the same, we use the what? We use the comparison operators. Okay, and the comparison operators for checking for what? For this is a comparison operator for checking if the number is equal. This one is comparison operator for checking if the number is identical, and this one not equal, and this one not equal. This one and this one, they perform the same. And then this one is also not identical, and then this one greater than, and this one less than, this one greater than or equal to, and this one greater than or equal to, or this one is not either greater than or equal to, exactly the same. So what you're going to do, we are going to create another file and try to practice these comparison operators. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here and create a new file. To create a new file, I just press Ctrl-Shift-S, and then I'll be able to resave the same file but another copy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this one as file number 7 and put this one here, and then remove this space by putting underscore, and then we are good to go. So I'm going to delete this other thing that we had written before, and I will keep those ones. So I'm going to put here so to understand comparison operators, we shall move like one step ahead, but we shall explain what you're going to look at. We are going to move one step ahead, which is if condition. We have not looked at if conditions, but they are just simple things but that we use to make decisions. So I'm going to use the if condition to check if a certain number is true or not true. To use the if condition, we just write the word if, okay, and then open bracket. Then you put here an expression, and in case that expression is true, you open here curly bracket, and do what you want to do in case the expression that you put here is true. For example, if I want to check these two numbers are equal, I can as well, I'm going to just, if I want to check these two numbers are equal, I will put the expression here, and in case that expression is true, then this bracket, the thing that I put in this bracket, they will be executed. So how do I do that? I'll just simply say if, then I put here my expression in between here, is equal to, like that. So what's the meaning of is equal to? Remember, we say that here is equal to, double to equal to. They do what? They check if the things are the same. So I'm going to say if A is equal to what? Is equal to B, and then here I'll put the what should be executed. So I'm just going to say echo A is equal to B. Okay, so I can say, let me change this one to this one. So so what's going to happen, this code will appear only when this condition is what? Is true. But remember, this is not assigning. Assigning is a single equal sign, but checking is a double equal sign. So let us see if this is true or not. Okay, so we shall go and run the code, and remember, this code will only be executed when this condition is true. So refresh. You can see there's nothing being displayed. Why? Because this condition is not true, so this part of the code will be skipped. But if I change this one to 20, so you know 20 is equal to what? Is equal to B, then this code will be executed. So if I come and refresh, you can see A is equal to B. Why? Because this one is 20 and this one is 20. So if you add both of them, of course the answer is going to be true. So A is equal to 20 is going to be true, and once this one is correct, is true, and then the solution will be displayed, or this curly bracket will be executed. So that's how we check if the numbers are same. So we have another thing. Let me just take you just one more step ahead. The other thing that I want to show you is the else part. So if I put here the else part, in case this one did not run, this second part will run. It's just either this or this. That's the meaning of else. So I'll put here else part and say not equal. So A is not equal to B, and this one B, A is equal to B. So I'll come and refresh here. You see, the equal part is the one that is executed. And if I make this one not equal and then I run, you see, A is not equal to B. A is not equal to B. I can make this one kind of bolded by just simply putting our B here, and then come here and paste and close the B. Okay, so I can as well do the same for this and close it here. So that's the meaning of, that's how we check if the numbers are equal or not equal to each other. So we are going to look at the what? At the identical. So we have just seen what? We have just seen the equal sign, but you could be wondering, then what is the identical? This one checks if the two numbers are equal, but this one, for the three equal signs, is to check if two numbers are identical. So what exactly is difference between the double equal sign and the three equal sign? The difference between equal and identical. Want to know what is the difference between equal and identical. Remember, for equal is two equal signs, and for identical we use three equal signs. So let us see what is the difference. So to see what the difference, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put here the third equal sign. Of course, the answer will be the same as before. It's going to say that the two are not what? Are not equal. So to do this, I'm just going to do something simple here. I'm going to put here 20 also. But remember, this is an integer, this is an integer, so it's going to be equal. So if I come and refresh, so A is equal to 20. So let me try to change, let me put the value itself. So to put the value itself, it means that I'll have to put here the dollar sign, and then here I'll also change this one to what? The dollar sign, and concatenate the values there like that. Okay, so I'll come here, that we should be seeing the value lively, and then also come here and change it to B. Okay, so let us come and see. So 20 is equal to 20. That is true. Okay, let me make, but remember this one is an integer and this one is a what? Is an integer. So they're exactly equal. So let me make this one a what? A string. Okay, so to make it a string, I'll have to do what? To surround it with the equal sign, and this, I mean with double quotes, and this one I'll leave it without double quotes. So it's an integer, this is an integer, this is a string. The one on top is a string. So if I come and refresh, still they are equal, even though this is an integer and this one a string, but they are still equal. Why? Because their values are 20, 20. Now let us see what is meant by identical. So I'm going to duplicate this one because they're almost the same, and then I'm going to say, let me put here some BR so that you should make a new line. Okay, so I'm going to put here the semicolon. So I want to see the difference between identical and equal sign. So to make it them identical, I'll put here the third one. So here I can say is identical, like that. I don't know. Is not identical. Okay. So this one will be ran when it's identical, and this one will be ran when it's not identical. But remember, we're using the same values. Okay. This one will compare the equal, and this one will compare for what? For identical. So if I come and refresh, you can see 20. You can see. Let me put this one. Okay. Let me run it. Can you see? 20 is equal to 20, but 20 is not identical to 20. So can you see the difference? So this one will be executed as equal to 20 only and only if, or it will be executed as identical to 20 only and only if they are of the same data type and they're holding the same values. But for equal sign, whether they have, as long as they have the same values, even though they are not of the same data type, it will say they are equal. But for identical, they must be exactly same data type and exactly having equal values for them to qualify to be identical. For example, if I remove these double quotes and then I come and refresh again, we'll see 20 is identical to 20 and 20 is equal to 20. But if I change the data type of this one and make it like this, just double quotes, and come and refresh, you see, is not identical. So identical, for something to be identical, the value must be exactly as that one, or the values must be equal, must be exactly equal, as well as the data type should be exactly equal. So we can use this one for checking very secure privacy, also to explore. I mean, we can use this identical to check for high security, and this one we just check for not less, less or not very high security, because this one will check for exactly same data type and same equal values, but this one will just check as long as the equal values are the same, then it will say that it is what? It is equal. For example, if I put here 21, then both of them they'll say not equal. Of course, 20 is not equal to 21, and 20 is not identical to 21. So that's how we can differentiate the identical and the equal sign. So we can come and check here we're having not equal. In case we want to check something if it's not equal, we use this not equal sign. So to use the not equal sign, we just simply say, so I'm going to comment this one to show you, or I can just copy one of these. Okay, so if I comment these ones and then I come here, I paste it. So if I put here not equal $sign, so it's going to check if this is not equal to, so it will execute the first part in case it is not equal, and then in case it is equal to execute the second part. So the not equal, we just put the exclamation mark and then it will check if they are not equal and the first part will be executed. So if I come and refresh, of course it will execute the second part, which is 20 is equal to 20. Why? Because both of them they are equal to 20, and it will execute this second part. But for the not equal, it means that it will check if they are not equal. So if I put 21 here, you see 21 is not equal to 20. So that's how we check for not equal values. So we have another one, not identical. For not equal, I can as well use this kind of not equal sign. By just replacing them here, it will perform the same operation. So for not identical, I just put here another equal sign. So it will check if they are not identical. So here it will be, let me get this word, not identical, not identical. So it's going to execute this second part. Why? Because, yeah, it is going to execute the first part. They are not identical. Why? Because this is of different data type and this one's of different data type. So if you come and refresh, you see, is not identical to that. But if I change this one and make them to be of the same data type, then they're going to be what? They're going to be identical. So I hope you get the difference between identical and not equal. So you can come and practice and play more with these comparison operators, that you understand them properly. So we come to the increment and decrement. So increment operators, we use them to increase a certain value, and decrement, we use them to decrease some different values. So if I want to increase a certain value, I'll use this plus a certain value, and then it will be increased, and then this one will be decreased. So you can ask, like, what's the difference between this and this? So here, pre-increment, this one that we begin with the plus and then a certain value, it increases a certain integer by 1, then it returns the value. But post-increment, it will first return the current value and then increase it by 1. So that's the difference. This one will first increase and then return the value, but this one will first return the current value and then do what? And then return the value itself. So let us see the difference between these two. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to change this one as what? As increment and decrement. So I just simply say Ctrl+Shift+S and then make this one number 8 and change this one to underscore and put here .php and save. So I'm going to copy the name of this file by simply pressing Ctrl+Shift+S, select all, Ctrl+C and press escape, and then I'll come here and select this one and put the value. So we're still having that junk. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete all. So I want just to create one variable. So I'm going to put here a and make it maybe 30. Okay, let me make it 30. Okay. So what we're going to do right now, we are going to check the difference between the post increment and pre-increment. I mean pre-increment and post increment. Okay, so first of all, the meaning of increment is to add one value on a current value. So for example, I can echo here and say so we begin by the current value of a. So original value of a, I just simply say echo original val. Then I concatenate the value of a, and then after, let me concatenate the new line here. So by simply putting the br tag there. Okay, so that will be the original value, and then I'll put here after increment. Okay, so after increment we shall have the what? The value there, and then let me put here before. Okay, we have before and after, no problem. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to increase it. So to increase it, we say we just put plus. Okay, so when you put plus, this value will be increased. So if I come and refresh here, you see original value is 30 and the after increment is 31. So plus plus is just adds 1. It adds 1 to the current value. That's the meaning of increment. So if I put here post increment, it will also do exactly the same. Now, what is the difference now? This pre-increment and the post-increment. So the difference is the pre-increment, it will first return the value and then increase, but the post-increment will return the value and then decrease. To do it, we can just simply create here a variable b, so that you see the difference b. So we have seen both of them, they increase, but what I want this to return, I will be printing it here. Okay, so I'll be printing the b. So if I come and refresh, you see we're having 21. Why? Because it first increased, then returned the value. But if I come and put here before, we are having 30. Why? It first returned the current value, which was 30, and then increase. And remember, when it increased, it already increased while it has already finished. So the a itself has changed, but it returned the value of the original value. But if we use pre-increment, it will first pre-increment, it will first let me explain this. Post-increment, it will first return the value and then increase later. Both of them, they increase the value of a. But post-increment, it will first return the value and then increase later. But pre-increment, it will first add the value and return the value. It will first add the value and then return the value. So that's the difference. Pre-increment, it will first add them and then return the value. That's why you see there was a what? There was change in b. Okay? Because it did pre-increment. It first add and then return. But post-increment, it will first return the original value, then add. So it means that it will return 30 first. So in b we shall have 30. And then this a will change later. But always, the a will always change. Because if I put here the value of a, so let me put here after increment b and after increment a. So if I put here a, we shall see that, let me put here some b that you should see the difference. So you can see it has increased, the a has increased, but b is still at 30. Why? It did post increment. But if you do pre-increment, we first add, it means that it will first add and then return the what? The new value. So if you refresh here, you see b is updated and a is updated, and the original value is that. So a will always be updated, but the pre-increment, it will first return the original and then add. Pre-increment will first return, it will first add and then return the original, but post-increment, it will first return the original and then add. I hope you've got the difference. So that works exactly. Post-decrement and pre-decrement is just exactly the same, whereby decrement is for what? For subtraction. So if I just put here minus minus, so it means that b will remain original, but what? But a will reduce by 1. So if I refresh, you see a is 29, but b is still original. Why? Because it did the post increment. Did you understand? Smile. Are you following? Unmute your microphone.
Yes, I'm following.
Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So we come to the logic operators. So we use logic operators to perform different logics, to check if a certain number qualifies, or certain values or certain strings qualify a certain logic. Like the way we say here, the PHP logic operators are used to combine conditions. When you have more than one condition and want to check if the certain condition is valid or not valid, then we take use of what? Of logic operators. So if one check if two conditions are the same, exactly the same, we use AND. If one check one of them is the same, use OR. If one check none of them is same, use XOR. And we can as well use AND as this this and this, they are the same, and this one and this are the same, then not is not, it means that what is not true. So let's assume that we want to check if a certain value is exactly the same. We want to express the what? We want to express the AND. So to express the AND, again, we shall need a what? We shall need some logic that is going to be a little bit ahead of us of what we've covered before. So let me save this new as a new file. So I'm going to change this one to what? To 9. And put there, save. So I'm going to come back and change this one to new file. Okay, so there we are. So I'm going to check if two conditions are the same. So how do we do that? So we combine two logic operations. Assume that we are having A is equal to 20. I'm going to create here another value, and B is equal to 21, and C is equal to 20. So, and let me put here another value, D. So we want to put two conditions together. I mean, two conditions together. So to put two conditions together, to combine condition, we use what? We use logical values. So I'm going to check if A is equal to B and A is equal to C. So to do that, I'll just simply say if A is equal to both of A and B and C. To do that, I'll first do like that, write if, and then I put here my first bracket, and the first bracket is going to contain the first condition. And if I want to put another condition, remember we can either use the word AND as it is specified here, or we can use this AND sign, two of them, okay, and then put the equal sign, I mean the second condition there. So here it will be executed in case it is the condition here, it will be executed in case this condition is satisfied. So how do you check? Okay, so here I'll put the first condition. I can say if A is equal to what? Is equal to B. So and you understand the meaning of and? It means that these two conditions must be satisfied for them to do what? To execute the third part, to execute this part. And A is equal to what? Is equal to B. So if these two are not equal, if these two conditions are not satisfied, then this bracket won't be executed. Okay? So let me put here what is supposed to be executed. A, I'm just going to say the value of A, and then put is both equal to the value of B and the value of C. So it means that you have to put here what? You have to put C. So the value of C. So this let me put here else and execute the else part and move here the else. So I'll put here just not equal. So it means that this one will only be executed if A is both equal to B at the same time is equal to C. Then the first part will be executed, and then or else it will execute the second part. So let us go and refresh. But you know the value of A is what? The value of C is 20, and the value of B is what? Is 20. So let us go and refresh. Can you see? The value of A, 20 is not equal. Okay, 20 is not. Okay, 20 is both. Let me first fix this one. Okay, to A is both equal to this and this. Okay, so can you see? 20 is both, is not. Let me remove this. Is not equal to both. Okay, yeah, that's the English that has problem. Okay, so you can see 20 is not equal to both 21 and 20. So it has executed this second one, which is correct. 21 is not equal to both of these. But if I make C also 21, I mean, if I make so here it's checking A, is A equal to 20? Let's first see the first condition. Is A equal to 20? So what does it mean? Is 20 equal to B? The B is 21. This condition is not true, so it will not proceed. But is 20, A is 20 equal to C, and C is 20? So this condition is true, but this one is the one that is defying the law. So if I make this one also 20, so it means that the condition will be true, because both A and both A equal to 20 to B, it will be true because both of A and B is 20. At the same time, both A and C is equal to 20. So it means that this condition, the first one, will be executed. So if I come and refresh, so you can see 20 is both equal to 20 and 20. So programs don't make mistakes. So this one will be executed. But if one condition is nullified, then it will not be executed. I can as well keep this one as 21, and then I put here not. So it means that A is not equal to 20. Of course, this is true because B is, is A not equal to B? Of course, this is true because B is 21 and A is 20. So A is not equal to 20. So this is true. Then is A not equal to C? So this is true. Is A equal to C? This is true because 20 is equal to 20. So if I come and refresh here, you'll see the first bracket. Don't mind about the what is written, but the first bracket has been executed. So that's how we combine conditions. I can as well combine another condition by using these logical operations. Okay, so I can as well use O. So to use the O, I'm going to copy this and comment. So to comment, I comment this. I don't want to delete it because I'm going to share this code in the description of this video so that you can be able to download it in case you want to practice along. So I'm commenting so that you can follow along and see. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to check whether one condition is true. So how are we going to do it? We're going to say A is equal to 20, but so remember this condition is true. Is not true. Why? Because B is not equal to 20. So this one will first, it will defy the law, and then it will not work. If I come and refresh here, you see, it will not work. The second one has shown. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the O. Remember, O, it means that one of them should be true. So to put the O, it means that one of them should be true. So what I'm going to do here, it means that A is either that, that's the meaning of either, right? Either that equal to B, or then I put here O. This is just for representation. Oh, remember the not equal to either. So okay, so what do you mean here? What you're trying to practice here is this O part. So I'm saying that if A is equal to B, of course that is not true. So if it was and, it couldn't proceed because A is not equal to B. But if we use O, it will proceed and check the second one. So it's going to check, is 20 equal to 20? Is 20 equal to 20? So this second condition is true. So it means that for O, as long as one condition is true, then the first bracket will be executed. So let us go and check. You can see 20 is either equal to 20 or 21, which is correct. But if we defy the second law, make this one 30. So 20 will not either be equal to 20 or 40. So if I refresh here, 20 is not equal to either 21 or 40. Don't mind about the English, but just mind about the what? Mind about the concept. So by doing that, we can be able to do what? To combine as many as we want. We can combine as many conditions as we want. So lastly, at this logic operation, condition operators, I'm going to look at what? I'm going to look at the note. So for the note, So you're going to look at the what? At the not equal. So of course this one will be executed if something is not equal to something. So I can as well write it like this. If I have, for example, a certain value, I can as well say if b is not, so we use exclamation mark to check is not equal to a. So it means that this first one will be executed. So I'll just say is not. Let me remove this one and remove. So the second one, it will be for equal. So input here is not equal, but the second one will be for is equal. So I'll come and wrap this. So what have I written? So it will check, this part will be executed in case this is not equal to this, and this second one will be executed if this is equal to this. So what is A? A is 20 and B is 21. So it's going to check, is 21 not equal to 20? Of course it is true, then this one will be executed. Else then they will be equal in case they are not equal. That's simple English. So let us come and see 20 is not equal to, is equal, wait. What is B? What is, oh yeah, here I'm using D, not B. So I should put this B, okay? Sorry. So if I come and refresh, 20 is not equal to 21. So we're using B and A. So if I come and make this one 20, then it means that is 20 not equal to 20? That is false, and the second part will be executed. Refresh. Of course, 20 is equal to 20. So that's how we implement the not operator in what? In PHP. I hope you understood. Did you? Did you understand? Smile. Smile, are you in class?
Yes.
You're speaking without unmuting yourself, right?
Yes.
You're still an amateur. But I hope you understand, right?
Really. Yes, I'm getting it.
Okay. So we proceed to string operators. So string operators in PHP, we use them to act or to operate on two different strings. Okay, so we use a dot to join two strings, and we use dot equal to join on the same string. So if I want to join a value in a certain string, I can use just dot equal to. So let us see what we mean. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just copy these string operators and then come and save a file, go to Shift S and save as a new file, and I'll save this one as file number 10, and then I'll come and change this one to string operators.php. So I'm going to delete everything here, and I'm going to open my file. As you can see, there is nothing. So what we're going to do, I'm going to create the, I can say name1 is equal to Muhindo, and name2 is equal to Mubarak. So I'm going to concatenate these two, or I'm going to make some operation on these two. Okay, so I can say $, full name is equal to, so I'll get the name1 and concatenate. Let me put space here with the second. Let me put some space, that it should have some space, otherwise they will be combined together. Okay, so to concatenate name1 is name2, I'll just put dot what? Dot name2. Okay, so what's going to happen here is going to join this with this. So we use a dot to join, to concatenate two values. So let us print this full name. So to print the full name, I'll simply say echo full name. So it's going to get the first name and join it with the second name using this concatenation, and then print for us the full name. Let's go and see. You can see full name is Mohindo Mubarak, but you can see initially these things were done what? Were separated. We can as well, so another way of doing this, so there's another concatenation here that you're seeing, dot equal to. So dot equal to, it will get the certain value and replace it with its original value. Can you see? It will append. You know the meaning of append. It will be just added on. So I can say name1 dot equal to name2. So what will happen? It will get the name1 itself and add there name2. So let me print now the full name, the whole name. So if I come and refresh, you can see it's exactly the same. So that's how we append a certain string on the other. So you have just appended. We just use this dot equal to sign. So that's all about string operators. So you come to array operators. Array operators, we have this equal sign. It will use to join the arrays. We have double equal sign to use to do what? To check if the array is same or not same. So you can practice this rest one by yourself. Otherwise, that's all about what? That's all about operators. Any question so far?
No.
You wanna sleep?
No question. I'm not sleeping.
Flu.
Yeah?
Flu is bad with you, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so proceed. You'll be fine, don't worry. You'll be
Inshallah.
fine, inshallah. So we proceed to if conditions. We have also almost looked at the if conditions. So yeah, bas. So we are going to look at let us look at the if condition. So we use the if condition to do what? To make decision. If we want to make a certain decision, we have to use what? If condition. I'm going to show you the syntax of if condition is just simply say if, and then you put a condition, and then you put a bracket in case that thing is true. So let us begin by this first if condition. We have three types of if condition. We have if and else if. So assume that let us make a first if condition. Assume that you're making a website where we are selling alcohol and we don't allow children under 18 years to purchase alcohol. So what we'll do, we shall first ask the child or a person to tell us their age, and we shall decide whether to allow to sell them alcohol or not by using the if condition. Okay, so let us begin. So to do that, I'm going just to create a new file by just simply saying Ctrl+N and then Ctrl+S to save the file, and I'm going to save this file as 11. Why am I putting 11? Because I want this to be organized so that if you download this code, you should be able to follow along in order manner. So I'm going to start that file there, and I'm going to open this file in our browser by simply coming to our browser and then put there the name of our file and press enter, and then we shall be able to do that to see our browser. To see our file. There is nothing there in the browser. So what we're going to do right now, we are going to ask the age of a person. So we shall ask age, and then they will tell us their age. Maybe right now they tell us, oh, I'll begin PHP first. What's that? I don't know how that one came. Okay, we shall begin by opening PHP tag. I've opened the PHP tag. I'll then get the age. Age maybe is equal to 11. And I'm going to do what? to check the if condition. Or I can check, maybe I can put 19. So that will be our if condition. If, then the syntax is if, and then we put the condition here, and then we put here what should be done. Okay, so we can check if age is equal to, is less than, use this one to check. If age is greater than, for checking for greater than, is age is greater than 18 or 17. If I want to check is greater than or equal to sign, then we shall put this one. So it means that if you equal or more than 18 years, then we shall execute this first bracket. Then I can say you are allowed to buy a drink. Okay, so here, in case they are more than, in case they are having 18 years and above, we shall execute this bracket. Otherwise, we will not execute any bracket. So if I come and refresh, remember our age is 19 here. It is 19. So if I come and refresh here, you see, you are allowed to buy a drink. Why? Because they are 19 years old. If I want to attach the age here, I can just use the concatenation side to attach the age. So let me try to make this younger than 18 by putting just 17. So it means that we shall not be able to see anything. So we do not see anything. Why? Because he's not what? Is less than 18. So 17 less than 18. Even if you put 17.9, still is less than 18, and we will not be able to allow them to buy a drink. So that's how if condition works. So let us look at the if else part. So the if else part, we use it to check in case the if condition is not true, or the first condition is not true. Then what else should we do? Remember, in the previous example, we just checked if someone is more than 18, then we shall allow them to buy a drink. So what if they're less than 18? We need to tell them something. But before, our website couldn't display anything. Why? Because we just checked for the higher age. And they can think maybe our website is not working. But if we want to tell them something like, hey, this is the problem, you are under 18, that's why we don't allow you to buy alcohol. So we have to put the else part. So the else part will be executed in case the first part is not true. So this is how we put the else part. It's just simply put the condition here. If we put the condition, and then we put here the curly bracket and close it, and do anything that we want. In case this condition is true, we do them here in the first bracket. And then the else part, we do them only when the condition is not true. So I want, like, if it's not true, I want to tell that person, hey, you're not allowed to take alcohol. So I'm going to do that by simply saving this file as Ctrl-Shift-S and save this one as 12, and then put here else. Okay, that you should be able to see the difference. So I'm going to open this part, this file, by just simply coming to my browser and put the file, and you see it is displaying nothing. Why? Because it is less than 18. So to attach the else part, we just write the if condition that we looked in the previous example and just put the else, and then open your curly bracket and put there. So I'm going to put here echo you are not allowed to buy a drink because you are under 18. Go back home. Okay, so we shall check if it's greater than 18, then we shall execute this part. If it's not greater than 18, then we shall execute the else part. So let's go and check our code. So refresh. Oh, something is wrong. I forgot the semicolon. Come and refresh. You are not allowed to buy a drink because you are under 18. Go back home. So even if it makes 19.999 to be our age, refresh, still you are not allowed. But as long as we knock 18, tap, in January 18, then you are allowed to do what? To buy a drink. So that's how we implement the else, the if and the else part. So let us look at the what? At the else if. So we use the else if when you have more than two conditions to check. Assume that you want to grade a mark and you want to comment on a certain marks programmatically. So we use the else if to check for more than one condition. But the previous one was just else, if and else, whereby we could just check for one condition and the other. But what if we have another condition? Like we want to comment good, poor, and excellent. Those are three conditions depending on one variable. So to do that, we use the else if. The syntax of else if is just simple. We just say if, let me zoom this one. We just say if, and then you put a condition, and then you put the else if, and put another condition, and you put another else if in case we have it, and put another condition, like that, until the last one, and you put else in case we have anything, like if it's out of range, you can put else to be always true. And how that will work, in case the first condition is true, then it will execute the second condition. In case the first condition wasn't true, it will skip and go to the next condition and execute the second condition. In case the second one is not true, it will execute the third one, like that, until the last. And if it executes the first one, the next one will not be executed. It will just jump the whole code. So what we're going to do at this moment, we are going to just check if a mark is, we are going to comment on a mark programmatically. So what I'm going to do, I'm going just to come here and comment this, what was there before. Oh, let me comment this. So comment this one. So in case you download this code, you'll be able to get this code. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put here our mark. Our mark is equal to maybe 20. 18. So I'm going to put a condition like, in case you're more than 30, you're less than 30, we shall say good. In case you're less than between 30, in case you're more than 30, okay, let us first set the parameters. In case you are you have more than 70, we shall say excellent. In case you have more than what? Than 60. In case you have more than 50, we shall say good. In case you have less than 50, we shall say poor. Okay, that's our parameters. Now let us code it. So to code it, we shall begin with our if condition and put the first condition. So what will be the first condition? In case if this mark is more than 80, then we shall execute the first part. Then we shall say very good. Or we shall put excellent. Okay, let me just put very good. Okay, so this condition will be executed when mark is more than 80. So in case like someone is having less than 80, so it means that at this point nothing will be done. Now we put another condition, like in case someone having less than 80, what should we do for them? So we shall set another bracket else and put if like this, and then put the condition. In case this mark, so this one will be executed only when this has failed. So in case mark is greater than what? Greater than 50, we shall say good. And lastly, we shall put the else part. So we can put here the else. In case someone does not meet that one, we can just simply say echo poor. I can say fail or poor. Okay, poor. So this else part will be done. So you can add as many else if as possible. They can be as many as you want, but for me I just keep it simple like that. In case you're more than 80, very good. In case you're more than 50, good. In case you're less than 50, it means that you did not reach here, then this one will be executed. So what should you expect to appear on our screen? Of course, you're going to expect to get poor. So I'll come to our website and then put our link and then refresh. You can see poor. Why? Because you have 17. So in case let's have a 66, so you can think 66 is going to be good. So if I come and refresh, good. Lastly, in case you have less than 66, what should be executed? Of course, you should have very good. And there, let us put, for example, 97. So if I come and refresh, we're having very good. And that's how we do it to implement the if conditions. Our time is over. Our time is over. Let me add you some time. Are you tired? Smile.
Yes. Kinda, because I'm not feeling well.
Which minutes should I add? How
Yes.
many minutes should I add?
How many can you add?
I'm asking you.
5, 10. Are those few? My nose is blocking.
Okay, 15.
Yeah.
Switch case you'll teach it to yourself.
Yes.
It's just like C programming. So we go to loops. So we create a loop because we don't want to repeat ourselves. For example, if I want to write my name 10 times, it doesn't mean that I should echo my name 10 times. If I want to write a certain piece of code and run it 20 times, it doesn't mean that we should write that piece of code 20 times. By the power of loops, we can repeat that piece of code and until our condition is reached. For example, in PHP, we are having 4 types of loops. The first one is called a while loop. Another one is called do while loop. Another one is called for loop, and another one is called the for each loop. So let us learn how to implement the what? What are the loops? Let us look at how we can implement the while loop. So to implement the while loop, you simply write, this is the syntax of how we implement the while loop. You simply write the condition. You write the condition here, and then you put the code that you want to be repeated until that condition is wrong. So let me create a file and show you how you can implement this while loop. So I'll come to my text editor and just press Ctrl N and save it as number 12, 13, while loop. So I come to our code and change this one to while loop. There we are. So let's start implementing while loop. What did we say? You first, let us look at the code again. The syntax, you write the while and then you put the condition here between, and this condition, I mean the program, I mean the loop will stop until the condition is wrong. So let us begin with the PHP code, I mean PHP tags, and then we write the condition. So the condition will be while, and then put here the curly bracket. So I'm going to just print from 1 up to 10. So to do that, I'll just say a is equal to maybe 0. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to just say while a is less than 10. Okay, while a is less than 10, so it means that this loop will loop until a crosses 10. As long as a is still less than 10, it will continue looping, or it will continue rotating. So it means that I must increase a within the loop. Otherwise, if I don't increase it, then this loop will loop forever. So as it will be looping, I'll be printing the value of a. So I'll just simply say echo the value of a. So I have to put here some BR tag if I want to do what, to create a new line, and then I'll put here a. So by doing this, I'll be able to print from from 1 up to 10 itself, because it will check every time it loops. Like it will begin at a is equal to 1 and check is a less than 10. Of course, a is less than 10, then to loop and increase a by 1, and again and come and check is 2 less than 10. It will check 2 less than 10, and then print again 2, and then come and check and increase it by 3, like that until a is crossing to 11. So until cross to 11, the loop will stop. So let us go and implement it and see. So refresh here. You can see we have been able to write from 1 up to 10 just by writing 3 pieces. Only 3 lines. We have been able to display from 1 up to 10. So that's how we implement the while loop in PHP. You can put as many conditions as you want, but for now we shall stop it there. So let us look at for loop.
Time and how long a battery lasts.
Smile, you're muting. So we are looking at the do while loop. Do while loop is just like while loop. The only difference between do while loop, for it will first print and then check the condition. Just as you can see the syntax, it will first run the code and check the condition later. You can see here. Let us first look at the previous example of while loop. The code begins at 1, and then it checks if if a has reached or has passed 10. If it checks a has passed 10, then it means that it will not run the loop. That's why you see when we ran this code, it did not print 11, because 11, it was checked first that is 11 more than 10. Of course, yes. Then it did what? It stopped. Okay, because it did not run this again, and that's why it did not see us displaying 11. But for while loop, it will first do and check. It will first do and check. So to implement this one, I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to save it as file number 14, and then put do underscore while. So I'm going to delete this while loop, but I'm going to make it just like the other loop of while loop, so that we should be able to do what, to see the difference. So if I run it right now in our file, there's nothing. So how do we do that? I'll just say do. Remember, the syntax is here. You first write do and then put a curly bracket and put the pieces of code that you want to run, and then check using the while later. So I'll say do. So what should it do? You should echo new line. You should echo the a dot new line. Okay, so what it's going to do is going to print the a, and then we put the condition while a is less than or equal to 10, just like our previous condition. And then here we shall increase the a. Otherwise, if you forget to increase the a, then it means that what? It means that a loop will loop forever. So what are we doing here? We first do and then check later. As long as this condition is false, then the loop will stop. So let's go and see what we got. So if you refresh, can you see in case here it did not pass here because it did not increase faster. I was first increase then print. Okay, so if I refresh, you can see it for this one it reached 11. It reached 11. Why? Because we first do and check later. For the while loop, we first check and then print. That's why it did not reach what? It did not reach 11 because it could check before it did what? Before it did the print. So that's the difference between while loop and do while loop. But while loop is exactly like do while loop. So look at what? At the for loop. So the for loop will loop through the block of the specified. Okay, the for loop will loop until a condition is done what? Is wrong. And this is the syntax of for loop. We first initialize a certain variable, and then the second one we put a condition that we want to be checked, and then the third part where you either increment or decrement that condition. So I'm going to create another file for the while loop. So I just save this one as number 15 and then put for loop. Press enter. I'll delete all this and come here and paste that. So the for loop right now is empty. So let us write the code. So first of all, just write for, and here we initialize the value. So this time I want to loop from top to bottom. So I can say I is equal to 20, and then I put a condition. I put a first semicolon, and then the second one is the condition, the second parameter. So what will be the parameter? As long as I is greater than what? Is greater than or equal to 10. So I mean that it's going to begin from top and then I want to go to bottom. So it will loop until 10. So what should I do here? The last one is the increment or decrement the counter. So here, since I'm beginning from top, so I have to do what? To go on bottom by putting minus, minus, I minus, minus. Otherwise, if I don't put minus, minus, and I put plus, plus, then it means that it will do the opposite. It will continue going up as I'm waiting for it here down. And then this loop will loop forever. So let us echo, or let us print, put here some BR tag to create a new line. Okay, and then I'm going to concatenate the what? The I itself. Okay, so let us see what we got. Let's see what we've got. That's the for loop for you. The condition, the initialization, the condition, and then the increment or decrement. Let's go and see. Refresh. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. For I is equal to 20, semicolon, I is greater than, we begin with greater, not equal to. We begin with what? With greater sign. Okay, greater than or equal to, like this, okay? Not equal to, greater than, no, like this, okay? Then you're good to go. Perfect. You can see it begins from 20, it increase until this condition is wrong. When it reaches 11, when it reaches 10, of course 10 is not greater than or equal to 10, then it will do what? 9. When it reaches at 9, 9 is not greater than or equal to 10, and then that condition will be wrong, and then the for loop will stop from there. That's how we implement for loops in PHP. This for each loop, it's better to first look at the arrays, but no problem. So for each loop, we use them to loop through arrays. So if you have an array and you want to loop through it, you don't need to know the length of that array in PHP. We can use a for each loop to do what? To loop through that array. And the syntax is just simple. You just simply say for each, and then you put the array here in the first parameter, and then you put the as a keyword, and then you put the value that you want to receive that value of a certain loop. And then here you put the what? The condition. So let us practice this for each loop. So to do that, I'll just simply come here to my text editor and come and create a new file that I'm going to call for each. So it will be, I'll create just Ctrl-N to create a new file, and I save it as, I'll come here and I'll give this one as file number 16 underscore php for each.php. So I'll save this one, and then I'll come and paste it here. So right now there is nothing there. So let us see how we can create a for each loop. So to create a for each loop, we say that we need first open the PHP bracket, and we need the array first. So to create an array, I'm going to, I've not discussed arrays, but don't be scared. I can come and put names. Okay, I can say names is equal to, so to create an array, just simply say array, and then start passing the names here. I can say Jane, Joy, Julian, and then I can put here Joanne. Those are enough names for us. Okay, remember, you cannot do like this. This is not allowed. You cannot do like this, echo, and then you put the name. No, you cannot do that. Okay, because it is a what? It is an array. This one will throw an error. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to loop through these names and print each of them. So to do that, I'll simply just say for each, just like I always said, and then here you put the array. The array is called names, and then you put as, and then here you put a value that you want, or you put a variable that you want to receive the name through. So I can say n. You can put anything, okay? Or I can put here a single name, just like this one, okay? So when the PHP will be looping through this array, each name will be put for me here. Will be given to me through this value that I put here. Okay, so as to be looping, each name will be put in this name. Okay, and remember, you can use this one. You can use any value to be in this name. So I'm going to echo the name here. So by doing that, let me put a new line br. So by doing that, I'll be able to loop through any loop that I want using PHP for each loop. So let's go and see the output. So refresh. You can see Jane, Joan, Julian, and Jen. And we did not even know the size of the array. We did not even put any condition. We just write for each as, then you put anything that you want to receive. I can put here a, and I come and put here a. So each name that is being looped, it will be stored in this a, and I'll be able to receive it in this curly bracket and do whatever I want with it. So what I choose to do here is just to print it. Okay, so and when I print it, then I'll have something beautiful like this. Okay, thank you for watching. For today, inshallah, we shall stop from there. In the next class, we shall continue with the break. That is a homework. Okay, we shall continue with the break. I look at functions and arrays. Inshallah, if time will allow, we shall also look at the super global variables. And I hope you'll not miss. Sumaya, talk to me.
Yes.
Ogera nange.
Thank you so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for appreciating. So you have to practice.